The first powwow was in Hong Kong, and Jasper Wong had a small gallery and did a small canvas show there. It was a show that stressed collaboration and the process of creating art. And so he said he wanted to bring it back to his hometown, and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and that's when Powwow Hawaii started. Powwow Hawaii, this is our 5th year. And every time it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it just keeps growing.
Street art is just such an open form of expression. One of the best parts of Powwow is the fact that it's not a closed gallery feel. Jasper Wong is a curator. He's really been the key to figuring out who would come to each event every year. Since the beginning, there's been sculptors and painters and illustrators, and it's gotten a little bit broader. A lot of people confuse this for a graffiti festival, which it's not. It's not just limited to, aerosol on a wall.
This is an artist last year, Veals. He came and he actually chisels portraits out of the wall with a drill. You can't ever go over him because he chiseled out the wall. And then over here we have a collaboration between Saber and Kevin Ansel, who are, legends in their own right. This is a mural that I did. It's definitely like a pivotal moment in my life and a life-changing moment for me to paint. This is David Flores. He's from California. Over here we have 2 walls. This is Tristan Eaton. The whole Powwow crew are all artists as well as organizers. So we know the tools of the trade, we know what the artists need, we know the creative process, so we can relate to them, we can understand what they need and what they're going through. And also it helps quite a bit because we are passionate about art.
There's over 100 artists, 50 from around the world, international, 50 local artists, 60 total murals. An average day is pretty hectic. You just kind of have to roll with all the punches. When we get to Lana Lane, it's our operations hub, so we've got all the lifts and scaffold and paint that comes out of here. And we organize about 20 volunteers to go buff walls and making sure that all the artist needs are being taken care of.
Part of the reason why I really like street art versus my canvas work is it's a physical activity. You're out there and the brushstrokes, instead of, this big, it's something huge where you're doing 6-foot-long brushstrokes, you're using extension poles. And also it's an opportunity to have that kind of raw feeling, that really raw, like drippy feel. A gust of wind will take the paint across the wall and the paint moves, I try to keep it a little looser sometimes.
I do mainly canvas work when I'm not doing murals. As far as my murals go, I start with a very basic sketch. I develop the composition, a very basic composition, but once I get to the wall and do all of these swirls and these clouds, it's all freestyle. Even the shapes, I just decide as I go, I want a triangle here, I want a dash here, and a line here. Every year they bring in new art and new artists. To be part of the Powwow roster, you have to be invited. So it's an honor. It's an honor for me to be out here.
Usually when the festivals get too big, you never get to meet the artists. You never get to engage in conversation, whereas Powwow, they make it a point to keep us together as a group and then to learn from each other.
It feels like summer camp for grown adults. We'll meet someone or we'll go to the bar together and just be like, dude, I love your work. Oh my God, I love yours.
It's got kind of a family-friendly feel to it. Everybody that comes knows that they have to pitch in a little bit. I think it's also kind of something about Hawaii. You don't go to a barbecue empty-handed, and it takes that kind of teamwork to make the whole thing happen. I think the future of Powwow is really trying to build a huge network of artists around the world and to take that event to other cities around the world.
We're sort of expanding outwards, doing projects in Taiwan, in Singapore, in Jamaica, in Guam, New Zealand, We've partnered with South by Southwest. We're working on like a ton all over the place.
A lot of the graffiti world comes from a very competitive background. It's like gang culture. But here at Powwow, two of our things are process of creating art, which is obviously why we paint publicly, because it's open to the public, and then also collaboration. So it's about sharing culture, stuff like that.
Everybody's here to do their thing, but when they get here, Powwow is all about, like, hey, let's do something together. Let's collaborate, even though we've never met before. Let's see how we can work together.